Nationally, 6 out of every 10 people will experience sexual abuse at some point in their lives. Sexual abuse does not only occur in large, popular cities, but it happens also in every city and town across the world. While sexual abuse occurs to girls more often, boys often encounter sexual abuse in their lives. The addition of young age and then common, close relationship young victims of sexual abuse confront complicates their abuse in innumerable ways. Child sexual abuse alters the thought processes and relationships of the victim, resulting in depression, anxiety, self-harm, eating disorders, and attachment among the abused.
I was 6. I had a babysitter. It was about 3 times a week. It would happen for 3 years.
3 years of abuse, sexual abuse. She's had a really tough childhood.
I think because it happened for so many years of my childhood, I thought whenever it happened, I thought for so long that it was normal.
Charity in pain is distracted. She doesn't cry much, but occasionally she does cry, and then you know things are really, really bad.
The darkest time of mine was, I think a little over a year ago, I was admitted to Phil Haven for inpatient because I tried to hang myself a couple times.
I felt honored that she was able to talk to me about it, that she was able to open up, and that we could begin to kind of move forward through some of the depression and the anxiety that she's experienced due to the sexual abuse.
The kind of young women that you can coerce into doing something and knowing and getting them to believe that it's are vulnerable people. So maybe they're left at home a lot. Maybe they have an abusive father. Maybe they have a long history of having a lot of sexual encounters with a lot of boys, and so they're kind of vulnerable. So the link for me is that vulnerable girls don't say, "Get your freaking hands off of me." Vulnerable girls, and normally that vulnerability also means they don't have great coping skills. And so the role that drugs and alcohol play in sexual victims is that it helps rescue them from the pain, the memories, the awful feelings of that you have about yourself. That's what drugs do, is distract you from that.
Victims of child sexual abuse tend to remain more vulnerable later on in their lives to further abuse. Similarly, child sexual abuse victims tend to obtain poor coping skills, which results in the victim turning to drugs, alcohol, self-harm, and personality disorders to cope with the pain and guilt they experience because of their abuse. All poor coping mechanisms open the victim up to greater vulnerability throughout the rest of their lives.
That tells you what criteria you have to meet in order to have this diagnosis. If I pulled that out and looked at PTSD, it would tell you that you would have panic attacks, you would have recurring nightmares. There were triggers that made you kind of have that anxiety like you had when the trauma happened. And then there's others, just generalized anxiety, just where you just kind of live in a nervous state that something bad is going to happen. There are personality disorders that develop that I think childhood sexual abuse can point someone in that direction.
What exactly?
A real common one is borderline personality disorder, where people are their relationships are filled with drama. They have a lot of fear of abandonment, a lot of self-harming, a lot of threatened suicide, with a lot of actual suicide attempts. There's these personality things that develop in you that just make your relationships filled with drama. You back off from somebody and then accuse them of abandoning you.
Despite the severity of child sexual abuse a victim experiences, all forms of sexual abuse leave the individual with deep emotional scars. Additionally, the effects of their abuse not only affect their lives, but also affects the lives and relationships around them. Victims of child sexual abuse experience isolation, detachment, personality disorders, and low self-esteem from their abuse. Each of these lifelong battles grows additional disorders such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, self-harm, eating disorders, and suicide.